Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third grouping of the Adventures of Gladria. This time we're going to do it the Eastern Continent. This is the third D&D group that is going to join me in this long three campaigns series where I have three campaigns all taking place all at the same time, all in the same settings. So I am your humble DM Tyler. If you would like to join the discussion of what's going to happen next and join just a good community, you could join the Pocket Dimension Discord right at the description below. And we can have the players introduce themselves. Just don't say your character yet. I will go over that in game. So any of you four would like to introduce themselves?
My name is Joseph Davis. I'm pretty new to streaming, I guess. Is there anything else needed to know?
No, that'll be all for now. So,
Okay.
Hi, I'm Zach Scott. So I'm not new to the game, but new to streaming.
fair enough.
Hey, I'm Albert Tyler. I have a small streaming channel of my own. I don't really stream much anymore, but first D&D session, so
There we go.
see how it goes.
Hi, I'm Avarith. New to D&D. Let's go.
Alrighty. So,
Yeah.
you'll notice the lack of music. That's because currently in the Discord, another party is using the chat, and I try to use music bots, but none of them seem to be working or are not allowed to work due to legal issues. But hopefully, you guys will rock with some music tonight. But let's start the campaign. So, last time, the second group, the one on the west continent, decided to settle in for the night. During the same night, on the opposing continent, on the east continent, where two magical schools, one school known as Gideon's School of Wizardry, and another school, Everett's School of Magic, two rival schools competing with one another, with the owners of each school being brothers. Their rivalry has at this point been very well public, so much so that rivals from the other schools are causing magical mischief throughout the city in between the both schools, Flagstaff City. Nonetheless, during that same night, the city is about to settle down a bit. The nightlife is just picking up, and we are in Flagstaff City, more specifically at Simon's Brewery, which is a big brew house, which is very known for having their large outdoor kitchen in the outdoors. That's what seems to attract most folk that wishes to come in with the smell of foods. And Simon also offers a place to stay with room and boards, depending if you got coin or not. So this is a bit of a this is just seeming to be dying down a bit since it is late at night. And let me roll a d4 to see which character gets to make their appearance first. Just roll a d4 here. Alright. So, the first character to show up would be Sor. Your character walks in the door. If you would like to describe what your character looks like.
Okay. Sor is a lizard folk, depicting a blue tree monitor. He is wearing underneath just standard pants and uh, uh, just a shirt, but over he has a pale poncho. He has very beautiful scales. He stands at about like 5'11", maybe a little bit shorter, but he definitely says that he's 6 foot. And he looks a bit nervous walking in, but overall seems pretty alright.
Alright, so your character walks in due to the smell fresh of meats. You do recognize that these students here, you can see this one's clearly an artificer, this one's clearly a bard, this one's seeming to be looking like a wizard, but he's a bit younger than the other two, actually. And on top of that, you recognize that the emblem that they wear on their shoulders is the emblem for Everett's School of Magic. So you do see that. You also see what seems like to be a group of dwarves just chilling on this table here. And then other than that, you do see what seems like to be a family chilling. And then at the other side, seeming to be a bunch of wizards which based on their garments and the emblem, that these are definitely for Gideon's School of Wizardry. Other than that, you do hear a bunch of. Oh, I accidentally moved a token. Other than that, you do hear a bunch of good music going on, and it seems business is about to pick up. And as you enter through the door, you catch a couple of eyes because not a lot of lizard folk traverse here in Flagstaff City. Excuse me. But let me just pull up a token here. A barmaid comes up to you and says, "Hey, sir, how can I help you? Would you like something to eat? Would you like to stay in for the night?"
Uh, I guess I can go for some food. Maybe some river fish, if you have it.
"Oh yeah, we got river fish here. Come, you can have a seat either here or any empty place that you wish."
Okay. I will go walk up and sit right here.
All right. What can I get for you? Any ale? Any harder liquors other than the fish?
No drinks for now.
Fair enough. Well, for the fish, it is gonna cost you 3 silver.
I assume I have enough. Yeah, I'll toss her.
All right.
Well, can you break down the gold?
Sure, I can break down the gold. That shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
All right.
So we break down one gold and
All right.
give her.
So you get 7 silver back. So she says, "All right, just give me a few minutes. I'll have that fish ready for you." And then she's gonna go to the window, open up. "Hey, we got an order of river fish here for the lizard folk by the window." And then the outdoor cook says, "All right, got it. They'll be hand you your meal soon, sir."
Okay, I got it.
All right. And then she goes to attend to the others. Let's see who comes next. Let me roll d4 here. I'll reroll on the number 4. All right. The next character to cross through the door, seeming to be a handsome man with purple hair. Sanctus, if you would like to describe what your character looks like.
Yeah, so Sanctus Valor is a man that stands roughly about the same height as the Blizzard folk. He's about 5'10". On a good day, he says he's 5'11", maybe 6 foot. Depends on how he's, what he's wearing. But when he walks in, he doesn't seem like, you can hear his footsteps on the ground. It's more of like a gentle gliding. And you can see he's wearing the purple robes with a gold inlay in them, and you see his hair drifts with an unnatural flow, and he seems to carry himself with a sense of confidence and purpose.
All right. Now, you see what I told Sor, but you also see what seems like to be a blue lizard folk just chilling by the window.
I think I might actually approach him. He looks a little lonely. I'm not a shy person, so I'll go up and sit next to him and say, "Hi, friend. Is this seat taken?"
No, it's not.
No, all right.
And you see, as you approach, he noticeably looks a bit more shaky. Like he wasn't expecting someone to come near.
Well, my apologies. I am Sanctus. Nice to meet you. And what is your name?
My name is Sor. Sor
What?
Gragra.
Gragra. That's a very intense last name. I love it. Uh, Thank you for letting me sit with you.
Of course.
Alrighty. Next one through the door is. Let me roll. I'll do even or odd. Okay. Next, you guys see what seems like to be a human. Momak, if you would like to describe what your character looks like.
Hey, my character's a Goliath.
Oh,
He's got
apologies.
super. What'd you say?
I
Sorry.
said my apologies. I thought, based on the character image, I thought it was a human, but you may continue.
Yeah. He's 7'8". He weighs 265 pounds, so he's a bit on the thinner side for a Goliath. But yeah. So I walk in.
All right. You walk in. You see what you see. You see a lizard folk talking to what seems like to be this handsome man. This handsome man seems to be a bit out of place. You see one of the barkeeps guy here says, "Oh, hi. I know you," points at Sora. "I know you ordered, but did you order anything?"
Oh no, I'm okay for now. Actually, I just ate on my way in.
All right, no worries. And then the barkeep goes up to you, and she says, "Oh, hello, sir." And then she looks up. She says, "Oh, you're a Goliath. Sorry, I don't. There's not a lot of tall folk that come in here."
I say, no problem. And I just ask her for, how much is a room for the night?
Well, a room is gonna cost you 1 gold piece per night. How many nights are you staying?
1.
Very well. That'll be 1 gold piece. Would you like anything to drink or eat?
No thanks. Just, where are the stairs up to the room or down? Or
Sure.
where will my room be?
Oh, your room will be upstairs. Let me just go grab you your key real quick. And then she will go grab the key. While she goes and grabs the key, as you see her walk past everyone, you do notice like the figures I mentioned before.
Yeah, so I think I'll just walk up and kind of plop my fat ass down at the table and start talking.
All right. You can move your token if you wish.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
All
And
right. This
I
tall
say
hulking
to,
Goliath approaches you two. It just sits
Oh
down.
my, you are big. You're a big boy, aren't you?
yes, I am. You lizard folk, you don't look like you're from around here. Where you from?
I'm from Oakland Forest, down in the east, west continent.
Ah, and you warlock?
I'm from God's Landing, down on the South Continent.
Hmm.
All right. The door opens, and you see seems like to be a woman walking in. If you would like to describe your character, Darna.
So Darhana is a half elf, brown hair, a bard, usually equipped with a lyre on her back, wearing raggedy clothing, mysterious looking gold eyes, rather scary demeanor.
All right. You see what I have described previous, and then you see like a table of these three: a Goliath, an Asimar, and a lizard folk, all in a bar.
Well, I am here for a job posting, but these people seem interesting,
All right.
so I sit here and I look at them from afar.
Okay. At this point, the woman comes down and she says to you, Momac, she says, "All right, sir, here is your key. It's going to be to the room in the left hallway all the way down to the left. It's a single bed, but hopefully it should fit you."
Perfect.
Oh, and then she looks at you, Darna, and then she goes up. She says, "Oh, you must be the bard that Simon assigned for tonight."
Oh yeah, I am.
"Oh,
Nice to meet you.
it's nice to meet you too. Come this way." And then she will kind of help you out as you walk past by these three fellows. Do you interact with them at all?
Hello.
Hello.
Give her a gentle nod.
All right. She she leads you to right over here. She said, and she says, "Well, most of the crowd is over on this side of the tavern tonight, so you could perform right over here. Of course, the deal is if you perform well, then you'll obviously get the room in and the meal, and then whatever gold everyone decides to tip you, plus the 5 he agreed upon."
All right.
All right, let me
That's
see.
pretty sick.
All right,
Play.
don't be afraid to show your stuff. And then she walks away.
Wow, that was interesting.
All right. So you are about to begin your performance. Meanwhile, the barkeep eventually, the window nearby you opens, says, "Hey, lizard folk!" And then you see a cook at the other side of the door.
Yes.
You ordered the river fish, right?
Yep, that's me.
Here you are. And he hands you a really very well cooked river fish.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Hope you enjoy it. All right.
I definitely will.
And Darna, after setting up, is about to get ready for a performance. I would like for you to make a performance check. But first, describe what exactly you're performing.
So I'm actually performing a collection of songs with the lyre, the bagpipes, and the flute. I'm gonna be playing them all at once. It's gonna be pretty sick. Feel free to enjoy.
All right, make a performance check. The first roll of the campaign.
Oh, a performance check. Do I roll?
Yep, you roll for performance.
Oh, okay.
So,
Which
dice?
dice?
If you're using D&D Beyond, you should just click on the modifier and it'll roll the dice for you, unless you're rolling physical. So,
Which die is it?
D20.
D20. Yep.
Okay.
We got a brand new D&D player here, so it'll be fun.
Yay!
Yeah.
I got it.
Can I cast Prestidigitation to help her, like with some light?
I got a 2.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll with advantage, as it seems like some magical effect is happening nearby that's actually enhancing it. So you go ahead and re-roll that.
All right. Six.
6 on the dice plus your modifier.
Yep. What's my modifier?
Your performance. So you're gonna go over to your performance skill, and you're gonna add that number to the number you rolled.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Okay.
It happens. You're new. It's all good.
Performance. Where is this?
Should be towards.
I'm looking at my chart here. I'm so sorry.
It's all good. You're
It's
new.
all good.
Is it gonna be like in my saving throws?
No, it should be under skills. So
Oh.
it should be under skills, and there you'll see like a long list of types of
Okay.
skills, and it should be under performance.
Oh, it's +4.
Yeah.
So I got a 10.
So you got a 10. All right. It's a pretty average performance. You know, you being starting up as a bard, you know, you are getting the nervous jitters, but it seems like this magical prestidigitation effect happening nearby you seems to cover some of your mistakes. But it's a pretty average performance thus far. How are the rest of the players reacting to this?
I would definitely be clapping along after I'm finished lightly eating my food.
Yeah, I'd still be using Prestidigitation to make like little lights flicker around her and give her.
All right, it's a pretty average performance. One of the guys here goes over here and tips you 2 silver pieces, so you can add 2 silver pieces to your inventory. And then
Okay.
the dwarf around the corner hands you 1 copper piece. And then the lady over here hands you 3 silver.
I will also walk up and give over 2 silver.
All right, you can move your token.
Oh yeah.
So that's +6 silver and 1 copper, right?
Yep. You see the lizard folk that you walked past hand you some silver pieces.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. It was a good performance.
All right. As you walk away, Sor, what's your passive perception, Sor?
Passive perception is 10.
10? All right. You hear these 3 wizard kids like talking about something, but you didn't hear it much of it because of like the cheers and the applause.
The Gideon kids.
Yes, these 3 right here at this table.
Me being a anonymous kid, I just give them a little bit of stink eye as I walk past, not even if I hear what they say.
Fair enough. All right. As you are continue playing, you notice these 3 kids walk up, and they seem to like walk past all 3 of you guys, and they see the other 3 kids of Everett's School of Magic, and they're like, "Hey, you three from that shitty magic school." And then you see the bard of the group saying, "Yeah, what do you want? You 3? You honestly think you could take on 3 wizards? How about we have a magic duel right now?" And then you hear the artist saying, "Well, now, come on, guys. It's late at night, and we don't want to get in trouble." And then you see the kid over here is like, "Yeah, listen, we don't want any trouble." And then the three kids continue saying, "Oh yeah, you want trouble?" And all three of them start to pull out wands, and all three of them cast a minor illusion spell on each of them, making them look dirtier or just flat out embarrassing colors and what have you. And then all three of them are laughing. And then the dwarves around the corner, all drunk, saying, "Cool trick." Any of you three doing anything at this point?
I think I would stand up. Um, my virtuous self would stand up and walk behind them and tap one of them on the shoulder and just say, "Excuse me."
Huh? He turns around.
Yeah, I just wondering what's going on. I don't see any need for chastising.
Listen, pretty boy, this has no business to do with you. How about you go back to your damn table?
How about you go back to your damn table before something happens? And my eyes flare gold.
All right, make an intimidation check.
I'm definitely also getting up and walking behind him because I have to look out for the homies.
That's a 20. That's a 25.
All right, they seem to get a little scared. They're like, "You know what? You know what? You're not even worth our time. Come on, boys, let's get the hell out of here." And then they all seem to turn around. They kick one of the legs of this kid's chair, and then this kid just falls over to the claps like, "Ha ha ha!" And as they all three of them start to exit out of the building.
Which
Yep.
one did that?
That would be this one right over here.
As he walks out the door, I'm gonna use the gust cantrip to slam the door on his ass.
Sure. These two walk, and then as he walks, the door slams his ass, and you go, "Oh!" at the back.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go back to my seat and sit down and fold my robes and just sit there and stare forward.
All right. You see the two friends are like, "Hey, Edward, are you alright?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll be fine." Clearly embarrassed from the whole experience. He's like, "Come on, let's get out of here." Then all three of them will leave the opposite side of the tavern.
As they're walking by, I want to cast prestidigitation to clean them up and make them look a little bit nicer, a little bit more presentable as they walk through.
They pass you by and they're like, "Oh, thank you." And then they walk past by you and exit through the opposite door. Darna, you saw this at the distance. You guys, what are you doing at this time after you're finishing up performing?
Oh, I am feeling a bit shocked. I go over and ask them if they are okay.
All right, you go talk with them.
Oh my gosh, are you guys okay? That was gnarly.
Yeah, nothing I haven't dealt with before, just some troublemakers. It's all right.
Yep.
Alright, that's sick. Let me know if you need anything. I got you.
Of course. If you want to sit down with us, we can get a chair.
Yeah, pull up a seat. My name's Sanctus. You did some great playing over there.
Thank you.
I'll scoot my guy over so you can have a space at the table.
You pull up a chair from this other table as you move towards it. I can't not move the chairs from Alva Road, unfortunately. So,
That's all good.
all right, so all four of you are at this table.
Can I roll for perception? See about the other people in the tavern?
You don't need to roll perception. Most of them are adults, so it seems like they've already been seen with this before. The three dwarves are drunk. These three are just paying their own business, and these three young men are they saw it, but they're like basically bystanders, basically. So.
Okay.
All right. As you guys are conversing, you notice a woman wearing a fancy blue gown, and she seems like she has a green orc bodyguard with her, and she seems to be walking towards your guys' table. And this woman approaches you, Sanctus. She says, excuse me," to the dwarves. She says, hi, yes, I saw what you did there. What exactly happened over there? Is this some of the school kids having a bout again? I presume.
Yeah, they were kind of taunting them into some sort of wizard battle. I don't understand what the fight is about, but yeah, we had a couple nice words and they decided to leave.
Yeah, those two schools, Gideon's and Everett's, they've been having an issue for many years.
Well, I'm new to the area. What's been going on? I mean, what started it all?
Well, based on what I've heard, first off, my name is Madeline. My apologies. This is
Oh,
my bodyguard, Strife. And Strife goes,
Madeline.
mm,
Madeline, it's lovely to meet you in Strife. I want to stand up and shake his hand. I am Sanctus.
mm. He just grunts at you and shakes your hand.
Very nice to meet you, Strife.
Mm. And Madeline continues saying, yes, Gideon's, based on what I've heard from the kids that do wish to talk and what everyone's saying, is that, Gideon and Everett, they're wizard brothers, but then they fought over a tome, and then they broke it in half, so each one has a half, and they've been hating each other ever since. That's what I've heard,
Oh,
anyway.
Yep.
family. Gotcha.
Yeah, and all I know is that Gideon only practices wizardry, while Everett practices all forms of magic.
Interesting. Well, that's very interesting. Good to know.
Well, of course. See, the reason why I approached you four in the first place is that unlike many people in this tavern, it seems like you four could probably do a good job. And to be honest, I don't want those wizard kids involved. See, I own the theater in town. You might have heard it, Madeline's Auditorium. That's my auditorium. I present shows there all the time, and I seem to be having issues getting some squatters out from my basement. But it seems like the guard in town doesn't want to assist me with it. They've been too busy dealing with all these magical hijinks, as you could presume. Would you help me? Of course, I could pay you in money or free tickets or whatever other compensation you wish.
Yeah, I have no money right now, so I would appreciate a little bit of coin. That would be great. I know I'm happy to help. I don't know about my new compatriots here, but I'm happy to help.
Oh,
If
so you just met each one another?
Yeah, I like to make friends wherever I go.
Hmm.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hmm. You. That's quite funny. From a distance, it seems like you four already knew each other. One big adventuring party, you all four look like. But if you're down to do the job, just let me know. I'll be at the bar. Obviously you're involved. Looks like you Sanctus flirtedly, but I'm a. But are you three? Are you game for to do this job for me?
I'm in.
I say, depends. How many squatters are there?
I think there were about five. Strife tried to get him out earlier, but they just all pounced him ferociously. Strife could usually handle one of them, but five of them attacking him all once, he even ran up, and then you hear Strife have a disappointed grunt like, mm, seeming a little bit embarrassed.
I ask her a question and say, how much per head?
Well, I don't want them killed. I just want them to, get out of the basement. If you could do that, I could happily pay you each 25 gold. Unless you, of course, wish to have a free ticket to the next show, I could rearrange that as well.
I look over to the other three people at the table and kind of like put my head up, like lift it up a little bit and say, you win? Kind of insinuate that.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
in
in
for some
for.
coins. Yeah.
I don't mind a
I
ticket.
suppose. Let's get this bread.
Very good, very good. Just meet me in the auditorium. You'll see Strife once you come into the door. He'll contact me, and then I'll unlock the basement to deal with those squatters. It's nice to meet you all, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Come, Strife. We must go back. He goes, he grunts, and then these two just leave, exiting the tavern.
Well, I'm not from around here. Does anybody know where this auditorium is?
I've been around for a bit. I could probably show you.
Oh, that'd be great.
So, do you guys want to leave now, or
I kind of put my hands on the table and push myself up and say, "All right, let's go."
Yeah, I would
okay?
stand up, dust myself off, and lead the way. I'm sorry, what was your name again, friend? Big
Soar,
man. The
like,
big man.
oh, sorry about
Momac.
that.
Momac. Is Momac good, or do you want me to call you Mo? Is there
Just
anything
call
you
me
prefer?
Momac.
Momac. All right, Momac.
No
Will you
family
lead the
name.
way? All
Oh,
right.
I'm not the one with the directions.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
No.
That's
Lizard
why I
folk
thought you were
then.
talking to me. Yeah, I can lead the way, and I shall get up
I
if
stand
you
up
will
and
follow.
follow suit.
All right, all four of you follow. Much to her surprise, Madeline's like, "Oh, you want to get this job done now?"
Might as well.
Well, I look over at her and say, "Well, you said 25 gold per, right?
That
For
is
each of us, right?"
that is correct. All right, let's go. And then she looks at Strife and says, "See, Strife, this is what happens. This is how you get help." And he goes, "Mm-hmm." Let's go to the auditorium now. 1 second. Where's the auditorium? I know it's here.
Also, just saying this out of the story. Um, if we didn't get this job tonight, I would have been running from the 7 gold. I don't have 7 gold for the room, so there's my room for the night.
Let me place the tokens here real quick. Let me post the party tokens here. And thanks to Alby Rodeo, all I gotta do is group them all together, and boom, there you all four are. All right, she unlocks the door to her auditorium. She says, "Come right this way," and then her and Strife enter, and you see that you're entering basically a lobby, uh, a decent lobby with a desk, with a small bar that seems to be unoccupied, and a bunch of empty tables with some chairs. She says, "Come right this way," and then she'll go to here. She says, "We gotta go through the stage. Is that right behind the stage?" And then she will unlock the door, and you see this is all blank for you all, but watch, in one magic swoop, boom, there it is. There's the stage. It's clearly empty. Some of the lantern lights that come up are clearly magical as she waves her hand, and some of the lights and the candles lit up this whole room. She says, "Come right this way. Strife, guard the door." He goes, "Mm-hmm." And then he goes up to the door and locks it. And then she says, "Come, follow me." And then she's gonna basically lead the way. Well, I forgot to draw a door, but it's fine. She will go right over here. All right. She unlocks it, and when she opens it, it's stairs that clearly downstairs. He said, and she says, "Now, do keep in mind, I just want these squatters to be removed, not dead or anything else like that. Okay? I don't want the law on my hands."
Very well.
All right. She steps aside and gestures you guys into the door. She says, I'll grab Strife, and he'll join us shortly. He'll make sure
Can
that
I
those guys stay out."
can I do a insight check on her? I'm getting weird vibes.
Sure. What are you trying to incite exactly?
I just want to see if like this is like a trap of her, like they're gonna lock us in this
Sure.
basement and oh, that's a four. So
That's a
never
four.
mind. Yeah.
She really wants you to get the squatters out of her basement.
Oh, I can do that. All right.
All right. You guys enter downstairs, and you hear a lot of creaks, and then you approach the basement of the establishment. You see that there's some. Hold on, let me spawn your characters here. Boom. Whoops, wrong area. You guys are all supposed to be right here. You see what seems like to be 5 humanoid. Do any of you have dark vision?
I have dark
I
vision.
do.
uh,
Yes.
you, I asked you about this earlier for the Goliath. Which
I
version am I
don't.
using? Am I using the one with or without dark vision?
I think the new one has width, I believe. So
Okay.
we'll say yes.
So, yeah, I guess I do.
Yeah. So
I
you
don't have dark vision.
Okay, so Sor, you can't see. It is pitch black. For the you three, you see 5 humanoid-looking individuals crouched here in the right towards the center of this basement, and then you guys also see some like gray floors, but you see some like darker markings all around. That is kind of like scuffed out. It seems.
Quick question. What's the radius of my dark vision? Do you know?
Should be 60 feet.
Okay. Can I just roll a perception check real quick?
Sure, you can make a perception check.
And to help Soar see, I'm gonna cast light, and it's gonna shine from this emblem that's hanging from my wrist.
Oh,
It's
okay,
Well, thank
perfect.
you.
That just makes this a lot more better then. All right, here's what happens. As you're trying to adjust your eyes, Momac, to this dark vision, and as soon as Sanctus puts on the light, you can all see in color based on the radius that you see like this whole area is like scuffed green marks. You don't quite know what the scuffed green marks are, but you do see the squatters. Wait, are they squatters? You take a closer look, Momac, and with your perception, you see that these are more like raunchy looking creatures. And in fact, this is what they look like. More inhuman
good.
rather than actual human. And then they all stand up for grunts going, I like everyone to roll initiative for me, please.
All right.
Yay.
20?
Roll a what?
Initiative. So you're going to roll a d20, and then you're going to add your dexterity modifier.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
3.
14.
21.
All right. Let me just write everyone's initiatives down real quick as I grab my paper. So
The dexterity modifier, is it the big number or the small number?
it should be like the plus one, the one with the plus on it. Should be the
Oh,
smaller one.
so I have 8.
Okay. Momac, what'd you roll?
3.
3. Soar?
14.
14. And Sanctus?
21.
Nice. And then let me roll for these guys here. All right. All right, I'm just running the initiative order here. Apparently the chip bot should be working, so let me see if I can get some music here in a sec. All right. Let me see if I can get some quick music here real fast. Let's see here. I'm just doing this so that way, like, the stream doesn't get crazy. So let me see if this will work. I gotta get battle music now. 1 second, y'all. Do 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 do. Here we go. Let's grab this one. Copy song link. Alright, I'm playing now. There we go. Now we're in truly in the vibe.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to go to the Discord chat thing. Alright. Oh, I only had to fix a few cameras. That's fine. I'm used to it. So, first on initiative, Sanctus, you are up. You see these 5 undead looking things pop up. What would you like to do?
Well, true to his word, I don't think I would want to immediately attack. So I want to. So what I want to do is, can I cast bonus action Hex on the one right in the front? There.
Which one? This one?
The one that's closest. Yes, that one there.
Okay.
I'd like to bonus action cast Hex on him.
All right, he blew.
But then I would like. Yep. So I would like to hold my action until they start moving towards us in an aggressive manner. And I would like to shoot off an Eldritch Blast at him specifically if they start moving towards us.
All Alrighty. Sor, what would you like to do? You see Sanctus cast what seems like to be a hex spell, and you see some holy glyph on one of the zombies, and he's holding back a spell for any potential danger. What would you like to do?
Sor, with his non-dark vision, even if he has light, he still has a hard time telling if they're squatters or not. So he's
he
just
casted
gonna.
light on his bracelet, so you can see this now. So
Oh, okay. So since I can see them, how tall is the roof for this basement?
we'll say height-wise, it's about 10 feet. No, we'll say 15 feet tall.
Okay. That's perfect. I'm gonna stand right about here, and I'm just gonna hold a spell if they get near.
Okay, cool.
And I'm gonna tell the others to stay behind me,
All right.
because my magic is scary.
All right. They start to approach. What would you like to trigger at this point, Sanctus or
Right there,
Sor?
at that point, I would like to cast my Eldritch Blast. Let's see. So I roll 16 plus
Oh, I forgot to loop it. Whoops.
7. So 23 to hit.
That hits. Roll your damage. Forgot to loop the music.
That's a whopping 4 damage.
Whopping 4 damage. All right.
Yep. And it also has, I believe, disadvantage on strength checks at this time.
Cool. All right. So it has disadvantages on strength checks. And how much damage did it take?
4.
4. All right. What is the color of your Eldritch Blast?
So normally you see this symbol of Micah that's on an amulet that he carries around his wrist, and as it glows a bright gold actually, and then as it kind of shoots out, you see a mixture of almost like a bead of purple with like little almost lightning bolts of gold that kind of arc through it as it smacks into him.
Yep. A gold beam shoots out of Sanctus's hand and hits this creature who is who has this glyph on it, and it takes as the beam collides its chest. You see some of its innards like escape the back part, but it's still very much standing. These are clearly not human. And then the one that Hex is going to spend his action just getting closer to you, Sor. Would you like to use your spell at this time?
I was waiting for multiple to get within range.
Okay, so I'll move the rest, and you'll tell me if you want to or not.
Okay.
20, because these guys are just going to spend their entire turns just trying to get over there. Alright. Alright. They have finished moving and doing their turn. Would you like to trigger your effect?
Yes, I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave, which is a 15-foot square, so I should be able to hit the 3 to my left.
Yep, it will. So let me just roll the strength check for the one who has disadvantage first.
Okay.
Oh,
it's a 15 con save.
Oh, it's a con save? Okay, one sec.
Yeah.
That changes some things. I gotta reroll then. Oops, wrong tab. 1 second here. D&D Beyond stat block is having issues. 1 sec. Regardless, I'll just roll 1 dice to represent all their saving throws just to keep it at a fast pace.
Okay.
What's your saving DC?
15.
15. They each rolled a 16, so all 3 of them will succeed, but they'll still take the damage. So
Half damage.
So go ahead and roll your damage, and they'll take half of it.
They'll take a total of 2 damage since it's half.
All right.
Rolled pretty bad. You see, even though he's looking down towards the zombie right below him, a blast of thunder energy just shoots out of the side of him.
All right. And
like he's not aiming.
Yes. And a large echo across the basement of this lightning sound occurs. And you see Madeline and Dana say, "Is everything okay down there?
No,
You want me to get Stripe to assist you?"
no.
Alrighty, let me know if you need Stripe's help.
Okay.
Alrighty. Darhana, it is your turn. These things are getting closer and closer to you and your newfound friends. What would you like to do?
So I have a question. What is the intelligence score of these creatures?
Go ahead and make an insight check. This will be part of your free check.
Ah. What do I do?
So you're gonna roll a d20, and then you're gonna add your intelligence modifier.
Here. My intelligence modifier is, so I got a 17.
Okay. You could safe assume that whatever these things are, they seem to be lacking in intelligence. They seem to be mindless drones acting like animal instincts, attacking whatever it sees. So you could probably be safe to certain that these things are probably not bright.
Alright. I think I am going to cast
It's fine. You're a new player.
Oh, what?
Yep, just waiting for you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No rush.
So I have Disguise Self. I have Hideous Laughter, Cure Wounds, and Charm Person.
Mm-hmm.
Hideous Laughter I don't think it'll do anything because it doesn't affect a creature with 4 or less of an intelligence score. Maybe I'll do Disguise Self.
What other spells do you have as far as cantrips?
As far as what?
Cantrips. Like, what do you have for cantrip spells?
Like damage?
Yeah. Damage-wise, or, like, what do you have? Because, like, you only have, like, healing spells. So Disguise Self wouldn't necessarily assist you in this instance. And then Tasha's Laughter is probably not going to work in this instance either.
That's all the spells I have.
You don't have any cantrips selected? You should have cantrips as a bard.
I don't know. I don't think so.
You definitely should. Alright, so let's do this. We'll come back to you. Just select whichever cantrips that you have available to you, and we'll come back to you, okay?
Okay.
Alright.
It only shows 4 spells.
That's interesting. But I'll look on your character sheet. But we'll come back to you. Momac, what would you like to do in this instance?
Okay. Would I be able to roll to see if they're wearing any metallic armor? For one?
You do not need to roll.
Okay.
They are wearing plain clothes, so.
Okay. I'm just gonna. I'm able to move and then attack, right?
You are able to move and then attack.
I'm just gonna move over here one, and then I'm gonna take a crossbow shot at this front blue one here.
All right.
Hex on him.
Make an attack roll.
And let's see. Inventory. So it says a D8 plus 1 under, so that's what I use, right? D8.
Well, you gotta roll to hit. Yeah, roll to see if you hit first.
Okay. Look, I'm not that smart.
It's all good.
12.
12. Let me see if that hits. Yeah, that definitely hits. Roll damage.
Okay. 7 with the plus 1.
7 damage. All right. Since this is one that's already damaged, let me see. I have to roll to see if it stays alive. Okay. You shoot your bolts at this creature, and as it does, it collapses down to the ground as you mark a headshot onto it. This creature is dead. Alright, let me just put a dead token there to signify that it is dead. Boom. And then on your next turn, Sanctus, you can decide whether to move your marker from it or not. So.
Yep. I'm going to transfer my over to him. As a bonus action, X over to the top guy.
Okay, we'll do that on your turn.
Yep. Okay.
Anything else you would like to do, Memek? You still got plenty of movement.
I think I'm just gonna kind of move back into defense, move back behind these guys, use them as meat shields,
Okay,
whilst I try to kind of reload my crossbow.
gotcha. All right, let's go back to Darhana. So it seems like you forgot to pick your cantrips, Darhana.
I
But
picked them.
you
I'm
picked.
sorry about that.
It's all good. You're new. It's fine. It happens. So you got message and vicious mockery as your
Yes.
cantrips. So if you want to do vicious mockery, you can most certainly do it. I also see that you also have a sling. You definitely try to roll, but it's just a straight roll. So, and it seems like you also have a dagger too, but you kind of have to get up close and personal in order to try to do that. So your options here, based on scenario, is your dagger, your sling, or vicious mockery at the moment. So,
I'm gonna do vicious mockery.
Okay, on which one?
On the one that's furthest away.
This one? Okay.
Range, yes, the range is 60 feet.
Yep, you could definitely get him.
Okay. And it's a D4 move, right?
Let me see the spell real quick. I must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, so let me see if I pass or not. These guys are not that bright. What is your spell DC?
My spell DC?
Yes.
It says 1d4.
That's for damage. What is your spell DC?
Oh, sorry.
It's all good.
Let's see. Where do I find that?
It would be under your spell casting. It should be at the very top where it says modifier, spell attack, save DC.
Like on the spell page?
Yeah, on the spell page.
You screen share, and maybe you can help you out a little bit.
Oh, it says 12.
All right, cool.
Save DC?
Yeah, so they rolled a 13, but they have a -2, which drops it to 11, so they failed. So go ahead and roll a d4 of damage.
Okay.
And it'll take that amount. And it'll have disadvantage on its next attack.
I got a 1.
It's all good. It's all good. So you deal damage to it. You deal one single damage. What do you how do you mock it? Because the spell suggests that you make fun of it or what have you. So how do you make fun of it?
I'll call him a little dingle bopper.
you hear this, and it seems surprisingly,
You little dingle bopper.
surprisingly, like it took offense to it, dealing 1 damage, and it will have disadvantages on your next attack, on its next attack. All right, Sanctus, top of the initiative. It is your turn. Where would you like to move your marker?
So, seeing that, I did not mean to do this. Wrong one. But I would like to put it on the guy down at the bottom that she had just attacked.
Sure.
So bonus action, move it to him.
Sure, I'll make it purple.
Down. Yep. And then I'm going to move 5 about here. And then I'm going to use Toll the Dead. That's a wisdom save of 15.
Oh, shit. And it's undead, so does it get any disadvantages or anything like that, or no?
Let me double check that.
Because I know it has a special effect on dead things.
I have to pull it up. That's the one that I actually just chose, so hold on.
I'm going to roll while you look that up. Alright.
No, it doesn't do anything. It's just if it's already taken damage, it gets the damage die gets increased.
Gotcha. Alright. You said wisdom save?
Yes.
Alright. It rolled a 9, and with its modifier, it is now a 7, so it definitely failed.
Alright.
So roll damage for Toll the Dead plus your hex.
That is 8 damage.
8 damage. That is a lot. Alright. Have people coming in and out of the room. Alright. You hear, if it were to hear anything, you could clearly see its ears are bleeding, and on top of that, it's getting branded by that hex that you put on it, so it's not looking quite well. Would you like to move or anything else like that?
See, I did 15. I'm gonna move just another, and down here just to kind of pull them so they're not all clustered up around them. See if I
Okay.
can pull some away.
Gotcha. Sor, you are up. What would you like to do? You there, Sor? You're muted if you're trying to speak.
Sorry about that, I forgot.
It's all good.
Seeing that none of them have moved yet, I'm gonna move over here. So I have a good square, and I'm gonna do a thunder wave again,
All right.
using up my second spell slot.
I must make a con save. I rolled a natural one, so it will fail.
All three of them.
All. Let me see here. All two of them.
Um,
This guy, this skull is dead. So.
I mean, it's a square, so a 15-foot one, so it should hit all three, and including the dead one, technically.
Let me see here. So
I'm pretty sure.
If it's a 15-foot, is it centered on you or is it not centered on you?
It's not centered on me itself, but it's in a range outward.
Gotcha.
So
it's a square adjacent. You are based on. Let me see here. I'm just trying to see if there's any way you could get all three, because I think you could only get two of them base. Oh no, you could get all three, especially the one with the hex. So you could definitely do that.
okay.
So you could definitely. Yeah, you could get all three of these guys here.
Okay. All three of them, including the dead corpse, get pushed since they all failed.
That's fine.
And they're all gonna take 9 damage as the body gets smeared across the floor.
All right.
Oh shit.
Did the others took damage? Yeah, the other ones took damage. All right. So what you see is that you see the one that is hexed just gets blown to pieces. You see an arm there, a head over here, a leg there, as it gets blown to pieces. The other two get pushed back, going, and then the corpse just ragdolls all the way over here.
Seeing one of them explode, I use my free action to throw up.
You do that. All right. Would you like to move?
Okay, that is my turn.
Okay, gotcha. All right. The zombies go. This one will come at you and will hit you.
Okay.
It will hit you with a 16. Does that hit?
Yep.
Alrighty. You'll be taking. Let me see. You'll be taking 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Not a good roll. A 9.
A 9, unfortunate. You will take an additional. It's cocked. You'll take an additional 2 points of damage of necrotic damage. You have the poison condition at this time.
Okay.
Alrighty. Then this guy is gonna. These two are gonna go over to you, Sanctus. And then they'll each attack you once. They will both hit with a 13. Does any of those hit? Sanctus?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Yes, those hit.
Oh, okay. So both of them hit. So you'll take not great damage. That sucks. You'll take a total of 4 points of damage from both of those attacks, as both of them swing at you. I need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws.
All right. Oof. A 7 and an 8.
They both fail. You are also poisoned. You're not stacked poison, so you're fine. That's for it. And then you'll take. You're gonna take a lot of damage. You're gonna take 8 points of necrotic damage.
All right, I am resistant to that, so I take half.
All right. How are you looking?
I'm looking kind of rough, but I'll be good.
Alrighty. Darna, it is your turn. You see 2 of your comrades have been injured. What would you like to do?
I believe I'm going to cast a spell. I'm gonna do Cure Wounds.
Alright. So Cure Wounds is a touch spell, so you would have to move closer to one of them to try to heal them.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. Since I am the closest to here,
Emotional
can I do that?
damage. Yep, you can do that.
Okay. And then I'm gonna do Cure Wounds.
Alrighty. So, how does your cure wounds look like? Like, what does it
It
look like
says
when you heal them?
1d8 plus 2 is what it says.
Yeah, so you're gonna roll a d8, and then you're gonna add 2, and then that's how much hit points Sora is gonna gain.
Alright.
And then it uses one of your 2 spell slots.
On my 2 spell slots. Okay. Which one's a d8?
It's the one that looks like a diamond.
Okay. I got a 4.
Plus 2, so that's 6.
6.
So you heal Sora for 6 points of damage. What does your healing spell look like?
So my healing spell looks like music notes floating into the sky and melting into his skin.
Nice. So Sora, you turn
Thank you.
around and you see Darna do some musical notes, and those notes actually manifest and close some of your wounds.
Thank you very much.
All right. You still have plenty of movement. You only moved about 10 feet. You still have 20 feet of movement. Would you like to move anywhere else?
Me?
Yes.
So how far is...
So each square is 5 feet.
Got it, okay.
And you moved 10, so you have 20 left.
So I can only move 2 spaces, essentially.
You could
or
move
4
4 spaces, actually.
Yeah.
And you can move diagonally, too, so.
Oh, okay. Would I be able to touch him from here?
You already did your spell, so it worked. So you don't need to, like,
I don't
worry
need
about
to do anything. Okay.
Yep. So if you want to move out of harm's way, you could do that. Or if you want to set up like a spell next turn, you could do that as well. So.
I'll move. Can I go here?
Move
Does it have to only be diagonally?
Nope, you can move up, down, left, right, any combination.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Awesome. All right. It looks like she's gonna try to go over to you and try to heal you next turn, Sanctus. Momac, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Quick question: does switching weapons count as an action?
No. I'll say that'll count as an item interaction. Actually, it's its own separate thing. So.
Okay, so if I pull my javelin out, I can still throw it, right?
Yeah, you still throw it.
Okay. I'm gonna throw my I'm gonna pull my javelin off my back and throw it at this one right here.
Yep, very wise because those two are looking pretty weak.
Yeah, they're and maybe they're lined up. You know, if I roll a d20, maybe it goes through them. I don't know.
Who knows?
I'm stupid. So
find out.
roll a d20 to see if it hits, right?
Yep, d20 plus I think it's strength for javelins. Yep, d20 plus your strength.
13 and then strength. I would use at the very top that +3, right?
Yeah, you're +3. And are you proficient in javelins?
Simple weapons. Is javelin a simple weapon?
I believe so. It would say it.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna rule it.
Should be.
I have a question. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
So it says at the top +2 modifier, +4 spell attack. Does that alter my the result of my rolls?
So D&D Beyond already calculates all that, so you don't have to worry about any of that. So.
All right.
Make sure I'm not stupid here. It would say it under this weapons proficiency bit, right?
Let me see. Weapons proficiency. If you go to the actual javelin, it would say underneath like simple or what have you. He's showing me his screen, guys. So.
Oh yeah, it says proficient.
Yeah, so you could add that +2 proficiency bonus as well.
Okay, so it'll be +5 overall.
Yep, +5 to your roll.
So it'll be 18.
Yep. It'll be 18. It'll definitely hit. 60. So go ahead and roll your damage. Okay. You can just go ahead and close that. So close your stream on the Discord. There we go. Thank you. All right.
D6 plus. So 5 damage.
All right. Let me roll to see if it stays alive. Wow, these rolls. So you toss the javelin, and as it does, it goes right through both of them, and so much you've tossed it with so much force that it actually sticks into the second one. This one's still up with 1 HP.
Okay.
So you toss
And
it,
then-
it goes through one, and then it's stuck in the other. So
Okay. Would that cause like bleeding damage or anything? If it's stuck? I don't know.
no, it does
Okay.
not.
And
But
then I'm just gonna.
Your javelin
move.
is stuck in him though. So
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna move my 6 squares then.
Okay.
My 30 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Got this
5,
going here
6.
too.
Okay.
All right. All right, Sanctus, you're up. You're poisoned, which means you'll have disadvantages on ability checks and attack rolls. There's one zombie that is barely standing, and it seems like Darna's going to heal you next turn. What would you like to do?
So I'm going to bonus action use Healing Light. So you see that amulet again glow, and he murmurs a little bit under his breath, and you see some of his wounds heal up, and he's going to heal. Is it 2d6? My other 4 and 6, so 10. So he's back. He looks brand spanking new.
All right.
And then with my action, I am going to just use a Toll the Dead on him.
All right. It has to make a saving throw.
Yeah, so Wisdom 15.
It will fail. I rolled a 5.
All right.
So roll your damage.
That is 4 damage.
4 damage. All right. Let me see if I can beat 4 damage. I cannot. These rolls are very low for me today. You see its head explode from Toll the Dead. And that was just... It would fall over, but the javelin is just having him stand up, unfortunately. So...
Get his ass.
And there's only one boy left. Would you like to move, by the way, Sanctus?
Yeah, I'm going to step gingerly over this guy and just kind of move my way more towards Momac and hide behind him for a minute.
Okay.
It's fair.
As
You
he
can hide
did so
behind me.
appropriately to us.
So, Momac, you see like a poisoned-looking Sanctus take cover behind you. So-
I silently start throwing up behind him just to try and get things out, but it's not going very well. He was like, behind you.
Alrighty. Soar, it is your move. This thing has not taken any hits yet. This is the only one that has yet to take any damage. What would you like to do?
I have disadvantage on attack rolls, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna swing my hand in front of him, but my hand doesn't connect yet. Lightning springs from my hand towards him as I cast Shocking Grasp at disadvantage.
Alright, make your attack. I see a theme coming around here, so...
Yeah. That's at disadvantage of 17.
17 at disadvantage? Damn, that's pretty good,
Wow.
because that hits.
Yeah. 10 and 11.
11 damage?
No, 1 damage.
Oh, 1 damage?
Yeah, I rolled a 11 and a 10.
Gotcha. So, you try to use your shocking grasp. Your hands, like, electrify, and before you can do the full thing, the poison kicks in, not hitting accurately, but just hitting enough to deal 1 damage to it.
Yeah.
And it shocks itself for a bit. Would you like to move?
Yeah, I'll take an attack of opportunity to get away from this guy.
All right. Attack of opportunity. So, Darhana, when an attack of opportunity is that if you try to leave like a range of an attack, like 5 feet or more from it, the enemy could have a chance to hit you as a reaction. So, so if you ever decide that you're surrounded by like a group of enemies, but you don't want to get hit, you could use your action to disengage, and that effect won't happen to you for that turn. but in this case, he already used his action for a spell. He's going to try to leave to make an attack of opportunity. So let me just roll here to see if I hit. I rolled a
moved
natural.
down.
I rolled a natural one. It tries to hit you, but then it gets jolted with some electricity you hit it with as you make your quick escape from it.
Yeah. I move down here and I turn around and wait for it.
Cool. His go. He'll move there, and he like kind of like gets jittery, like. He's very pissed that you hit him with the shocking grasp. He's gonna hit you. He's gonna hit you with an 18.
Yep, that definitely hit.
You will take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Alrighty. It will slap you very hard and vigorously. How are you looking?
I am at 5 HP.
Alright.
I'm beefy cake.
Darhana, it is your turn. There's only one thing left, and it seems like this is a bit more durable than the others.
All right. Let's see here.
Alright, what would you like to do?
What's the range on my sling?
It would say on the actual sling itself.
Let's see here.
So it would give you a range on your sling. So the number that is in bold is your minimum range, and the maximum is the parentheses next to it. So with the sling, you have pretty long range.
Yeah.
So if you like to use your sling, you can most certainly try. For you, it's just a straight D20 roll, though.
Okay. It says 1D for.
So that's for the damage, but you have to roll to see if you hit first.
Okay. I rolled a 5.
Unfortunately, it does not hit. So you try to throw your sling, but you're not the strongest person. So you try to use your sling. However, your sling arrow just drops right in front of it instead of at it. All right. Would you like to do anything else? Would you like to move? Or
I think I'm gonna move a little bit this way just to get away from like the dead bodies.
Sure. Anything else?
I can't do anything else really, can I?
You could try to set up like maybe some healing for Sword next turn, if you wish to do so. And you could probably, with enough movement, you could probably go around either here or here, right next to Sor, so you could give him some healing if he's gonna take more damage. So that's why movement is very important in this game. So
okay, so I can still move. I only move 5.
yeah, so you could definitely get around Sor for next turn.
All right. I can do this, right?
Yep, you could definitely do it.
Okay.
Alrighty, Momac, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay. I'm just gonna. I have a hand axe that I'm gonna pull out.
Okay.
And I'm gonna throw that at him.
Okay. You're gonna toss an axe at him. Alrighty.
Yes.
Make your attack roll.
Okay. Do I add any bonuses to that?
You would add your strength modifier again. It's a strength.
So it'll be 19.
Yep, 19 will hit. Roll your damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna put this dagger here to indicate where your javelin is. Oops. There we go.
So it'll be 8, and I don't add any. Do I add bonuses to the actual hit?
For damage, you mean?
Yeah.
You would add your strength mod.
So 11 damage.
Nice. You throw your hand axe and it hits like half of its face, and you see half of its face is just hanging off of where the axe is in its face at. I guess. Bad description, I know, but you could imagine how it would look. All right. Would you like to move? Anything else like that?
I'm just gonna try to kind of go up and position myself up in between him and Sanctum, right? Is that your name? I don't know if that's your name. I'm gonna just kind of try to position myself in between the zombie-looking thing and the poison guy.
Okay, so you cannot, unfortunately, end your turn in between squares. You can only end your turn at a square. So if you want, you can do it adjacent or...
Yep, I'll leave it like that then.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. Madeline, you hear Echo says, "Is everything okay down there? You sure you don't need help? I hear a lot of
Oh,
things going on down there."
better late than never, but no, we're good.
Alrighty. Sanctus, it's your turn. You stop
Uh,
vomiting, and you realize there's only one zombie left.
oh, okay. So bonus action, I'm gonna move my hex over to him. And then it's gonna, you know what, you love it, Eldritch Blast.
Alrighty.
9 plus 7, 16.
That hits.
All right, so that's a. That's 9 damage.
Alright, let me see if it stays alive. How would you like to defeat this zombie?
I kind of want to just like Looney Tune style, like blow a hole straight through the middle of its chest, like the size of a cannonball.
Alrighty. So, half of its face is hanging from the axe. It's getting a little bit jolty from the shocking grasp. And then you just eldritch blast. You paint like a target with your hex. It looks down. It goes, and then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, you just shoot a hole through its chest. It goes. You see its guts and its picture like fall apart, like with a bunch of like black ichor and what have you, and you see like it collapsing, and as it collapsed, the axe that it was embedded in falls to the ground, and the rest of his face just peels off and falls to the ground dead.
Yeah, I like to think that you can see my face through the hole from the other side, just
Yep.
like just peering straight through him.
Definitely.
Nice.
And I'll put this to represent like your hand axes here. All right, and that concludes combat. And at this point, we're gonna take a quick break. So we'll be back in about roughly 5 minutes, and we'll see where this story goes from here. So let's find out. We'll be back in about a few minutes, guys.
Yeah.
Muted. I'm muted. Okay, now I'm no longer... Okay, I should no longer be muted at this point. Alrighty, so let's go to where we were last. So, you guys just finished clearing out a bunch of zombies. At this point, you're gathering your hand axe, your javelin, and your crossbow bolts at this time. Omek, you, Sor, and Sanctus are vomiting profusely. And while you guys are basically trying to catch a breather, you hear footsteps coming down. And let me just grab these guys' tokens here. Here they are. Madeline and Strife come down. Strife has what seems like to be a big ass hammer, while Madeline seems to have like a small knife. She says, are you guys alright? Oh god! And then she looks at like the dead corpse and says, what the hell happened here? I said not to kill him. I thought, what happened here? She's just like perplexed.
You didn't have any squatters. You had an infestation.
What? And then she'll come over here. She'll see like these like faded markings. She says, oh god damn, it's those damn necromancer wizard kids again. They must have been practicing their necromancy down here. And she looks at the distance and she sees like a big crack entryway in the wall. She says, Strife, go block that. He goes, mm-hmm. And then he'll go over there to seal the hole. And then she'll come up to you guys, and then she kind of gets like, you know, icked out from like the dead corpse and stuff like that. And she says, oh look, I'm sorry, I didn't even know like there were necromancy wizard kids practicing this stuff down here. It's sick to my stomach. Strife is patching that hole, and then she comes up to you and says, here, for your troubles. And then she hands you 35 gold instead of the 25 gold that you all originally agreed to. So she'll
Each?
Each, yes. So each of you have
Sick.
35 gold. She says, the 10 gold is for handling all of this. Don't worry, Strife will clean it up along with all these scuff marks. Then she like takes her feet and like smears like an edge of this lining. She says, she looks at you two and she says, it doesn't seem you two look good. Are you two all right?
I'll be okay. Just give me a... And it's just, again, just like all over the floor. Just nothing.
I already grew up my river fish, so I have nothing to give up.
That smells lovely.
Just drive heaving.
Can I go up to this circle and use Arcana?
Sure, you can make an Arcana check.
And that would be a
thanks to
D20,
the
right?
gold, you can get more river fish.
Yep.
That'd be a D20, right?
D20 plus your Arcana modifier. Oh, it stopped playing. Why?
19. Does proficiency matter in it at all?
Are you proficient in Arcana?
Yes.
So you would add your proficiency bonus to it.
Arcana intelligence. 22.
22.
Wait. Yeah, 22.
All right. 1 second. I gotta loop the track. I forgot to loop it. Oh, whoops. Wrong one. Wrong command. Whoops. It happens. That. There we go. Loop all. There we go. Should be fixed now. You look at the markings and... Oh, forgot to put the Discord back. Whoops. I'm learning, guys. Don't worry about it. You look at the markings, and these are definitely, like, markings of what seems like to be a magical circle. This is mainly, like, for symbolic rather than for pure purpose. You do recognize that it is green, representing necromancy magic, and based on what you see, you get the feeling some necromancy magic was practiced here. How these corpses came here to be about, you aren't too sure, but you could tell that this is definitely like a necromancy circle, where necromancy magic is practiced.
So, quick question. Would this be... Are any of the symbols in it, like, specifically relating to one of the schools or anything? Is there any way to tell who put it together?
You aren't too sure because the symbol here is just a basic generic necromancy arcana sign. There really isn't any evidence of like which school it's from, but you do know it's necromancy magic and it was practiced.
Okay.
Do we know if necromancy is frowned upon?
So go ahead and make a history check for that, actually, since you're not from here.
That's a 13.
Necromancy, sometimes it can be frowned upon, sometimes it doesn't, depending on how it's used for the most part. Back where you come from God's Landing, it's like forbidden that like no necromancy should be allowed because you come from a religious town. Whereas you get the feeling that it is practiced here, but you get the feeling whoever practiced it here was using it for either jokes or pranks or for nefarious means even, maybe. So
Okay.
she says, Strife, did you finish plugging up the hole? He goes, yes, boss lady. And Madeline says, all right, well, let's get you guys out of here. Strife, just go ahead and clean up this mess. He goes, okay. And she says, come, follow me. Then, she'll lead the way.
On our way up, I'm going to touch Sora on the shoulder, and I'm going to use my lay on hands feature of my class, and I'm going to give him 4 hit points back.
All right. Let's go to the theater. All right. I'll remove Strife from the board. All right. So you guys are all back up. You and Strife are still poisoned. And she says, if you're still sick, I recommend you visit Humphrey's apothecary. He might have something to cure up your sickness. But I don't know whether he'll be up this hour or not.
Appreciate it. Where about is Humphrey? Or where is his apothecary? How close is it?
It is the only greenhouse in town in the upper right district. Should be easy to spot.
All right, I'll make a trek there later. Appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you clearing those things down there. Who would know what would happen if they weren't dealt with? I really do appreciate it.
I say, sure, no problem. And I would ask her a quick question on the side. Any idea where I can get some extra work around here? She
goes, probably at the town center. There's usually a board full of tasks to do over there. That you might find some interesting folk around there as well that might give you some things to do. So I recommend checking there, but I doubt anyone's there at this hour of night. It's like closer to midnight, so.
Okay. I mean, other guys, do you have anything else to say?
Not for me.
No. Do we know whether this poisoned status will go away if we take a long rest, or we sleep it off at night, or is this something that we think is going to stick around?
There's a chance that it could stick around after a short rest. After a long rest, excuse me. So.
Can I roll, like, a medicine check? See if
sure,
it's something
go ahead.
Specific? D20, right?
D20 plus your medicine modifier.
21.
21. Alrighty, so yeah, this is luckily based on the necromancy and the status of the zombies. They're not stronger zombies, so luckily this isn't like a permanent effect. You think some herb might cure them, or maybe an even powerful magical spell might do.
Yeah, I think that we should go to the apothecary. I don't want to be diseased.
No, not at all. What was the name of the apothecary?
Humphreys. Apothecary. Yep.
Humphreys.
Should we take a rest first, since he may not be there at this hour?
Alright, how about this? I'll go and I'll check if he's there. You guys can go wait at the end for me. How's that?
I'll go with.
I might as well. If I'm going to be sick and he's there, I want to get treated, so.
I'm going.
Alright, I guess we're going to Humphreys then.
Alrighty. She says, come, Madeline says, come, I'll unlock the door for you. And then she will go to the entrance. And then she'll unlock the door. And then as you guys leave, she says, thanks again, and we should have a show here in a couple days. If you're interested, there'll be poster boards up in a few days.
How much are tickets on average?
Usually they're about 5 gold pieces for an average show. If it's someone big, it would be worth more.
Alright, I'll make sure I'll save some cash.
Alrighty. Enjoy the rest of the night. Alright. Now it's time to show
God.
you the city map. This is the Flagstaff City. So,
What the fuck?
yeah, this is a whole city.
Oh, that's tiny.
Wow.
Yeah, zoom in.
Yeah.
Let's see. What token should I represent you guys? I'll have this deer represent you guys. So right now, you guys are currently over here at Madeline's Auditorium. She says it's at the northeast, which would be right around here. And it is the only green building in the entire city.
Oh yeah.
Alright. I shall move your guys' token over here, and then we're going to go to Humphrey's Apothecary. Let's see here.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. You guys don't see these stairs. Let's see here. Let me put your guys' tokens there. And here you all are. You four are approaching the door. It's all covered in flowers. Seems to be the only building that seems to be covered in flowers. And there is a sign that does say Humphrey's Apothecary at the door.
Can I just go up and knock on the door, see if anyone answers?
Sure. You wait a few minutes. He says, all right, hold on. Give me 1 moment. And let's see, which token shall I use? I haven't really planned this as far as this part. But
You got through those zombies quick.
yeah. We shall use. Let's see. I'm looking through my commoners list. We'll use this token for now. I'll have a different token later. A man opens up the door, and you see he's in his like sleepwear attire. He goes, "Yes, how can I help you? It's very, very, very late at night. If you're here for business, would you mind just coming back in the morning?"
We were directed here from Madeline, her auditorium. I guess there were some. We ran into some undead, and my lizard friend here and I are suffering a little bit from a bite or two.
He looks at your two's condition. He sees that you two are like green in the face, and maybe green in the face if Sore had like green on it. It would be equivalent to that. He says, "All right, I can help you out, but you two each have to give me 1 gold piece, though."
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll give him. Oh yeah, I'll give him 2, like just for the inconvenience. Here's 2, 1 for the inconvenience. I appreciate your help.
Oh, thank you. Just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. And then he goes into his. He closes the door, lock it. After a few minutes, he comes back, and he says, "Here, take this." And he hands you what seems like to be 2 tea bags with herbs wrapped around it. He says, "This will cure you of your sickness. You just gotta dip into some hot water and drink it. It's gonna taste bad, but it'll cure you of your ailment."
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, have a good night. If you wish to acquire any more herbs, come back when business hours are open. And then he closes the door and locks it.
Okay.
So I guess
Go.
we head back to the tavern, yeah?
Yes,
you
and get
two
some hot
something
water.
hot to use those
Yeah.
tea bags with.
All right. We go back to the city map. All right. So Simon's Brewery is all the way right over here. It's going to probably take you like an hour, so it's going to be like 1 o'clock in the morning. Unless there is Flagstaff Town Center there if you want to stop by there first on the way.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's up to you.
See if there's any jobs there that we can think about for the morning, right? See if there's anything. I don't know about you guys, but I've got, I need a little bit of work. I'm here to discover myself and help the people of the land. So I'm interested in helping, but that's where I'm planning on headed.
Yeah, this money's not gonna last.
For real, with 7 gold a night. Shit ain't gonna last for long.
I would like to see if there's job listings as well.
Okay. You guys are going to the town center then.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Boom! You guys are at the town center. And watch, I'm going to drop your tokens right over here. Boom! For thematics. So you guys are at the corner. And what you see... excuse me. You see what seems like to be like the main like governmental building right over here. And then this is just a big open square. Obviously, town centers are meant to, like, for social events or for, like, street bards to show up based on your experience, Darhana. There is also a fountain that is currently running. Seems to have a figure on top of it. And other than that, you do see what seems like to be a board right over here.
Can we
Well,
just go
let's-
over to the board real quick?
All right.
See what.
Take a look.
You guys can move your token. Alrighty. You guys go up to the board, and what you see is that you see what seems like to be 2 listings. Unfortunately, there isn't much going on because it's early in the morning. But there's 2 job listings. There's one that is for helping getting rid of. Let me just look at my notes real quick. There is one for helping escort some products from the bottom of the mountains to Flagstaff City for a shop known as I refer into my notes here. One moment, please. For Timora's weapon shop, saying that they bring down new weapons. And the reason why is because, well, they depend on some materials, of course, and they ran out of materials, thus they cannot work. So they require basically an escort from the mountains back to Flagstaff, which would take about a couple days worth of travel getting there, a couple days travel coming back. But it'll pay about 75 gold pieces per person interested in the job.
And what's the other job?
Give me 1 second. And then the other job says that. Sorry, it's taking a while. I'm reading my notes here.
Fine.
The other one says that there has been magical mishap around the. There seems to be a lot of magical mishap going around the Desolate Lands, and there's basically the town people asking to investigate, like, what's been going on over there. Just for an investigation, see what you find, and come back. The job pays 20 gold pieces per person.
Well, we all need money, so let's take the higher paying one. Sound good?
Or maybe we could go back to the inn and come back in the morning and see if there's more postings.
True. What do you 2 think?
Yeah, I think if I want to get rid of this poison real quick. I want to go back to the inn, get some tea in me, and maybe have a good night's sleep. We can come back, see if there's any more postings. But I think I heard you talking about getting some new weapons, right? So maybe we might help out Timora to maybe get a good in there. Maybe we might be able to get a discount. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking.
But that's my first thoughts. I know you guys were talking about that, but sorry to overhear. But yeah, I'm up for anything. Just here to help.
All right. So for now, I guess, are you guys okay to go back to the inn and come back in the morning?
Sure.
All right. Also, Tyler, real quick.
Yep.
Can I roll perception on the fountain, see if there's any gold coins in the water or anything?
Sure, why not?
Look, when you broke, you need money, man.
What did you say about the bard area?
So, Darna as a bard that, usually how one makes a living as a bard, initially they just start out as street performers asking for tips.
Mm-hmm.
So that's usually a bard starts for their bard career.
All right.
You just know
I rolled a 9.
You rolled a 9.
Yeah.
The water is too dark and the night is too dark to tell.
And there's nothing up with the statue, right?
No, you just see a statue of what seems like to be a wizardly figure.
Okay.
Alrighty. You guys, let's go back to the map. And you guys are going to traverse to Simon's Brewery.
Yay.
Let's go to the first floor. Alright. Things have updated since you guys came back. The dwarves are gone. This family's just about to leave. They're like, oh, excuse us. And then they will walk past you. then you see these three are just sleeping drunk. These two dwarves are still talking like nothing bad's happening. And then the two ladies here by the bar have left. And then you don't know what's going on the other side of the tavern. So this seems to be pretty quiet at this point. And at this point, the barkeep comes up and says, you're welcome back. In a more lower voice, she says, sorry for whispering, but, a lot of people are sleeping at this hour.
Yes, can my friend and I, the lizard man, can we get some hot water, please?
Yeah, sure, of course.
And an ale for me.
Yeah, sure. Just give me 1 second. Alright, she'll go and get it. She says, for now, just take a seat. Anywhere is fine.
Go back to the same table.
The OG table.
I'm already sitting down.
At the other table. Alright. After a few minutes, she comes back. She says, well, for all this, it would run you about 7 silver.
For
Alright.
hot water?
For the ale.
And ale.
Oh,
So, wait, how many silvers are in a gold and whatnot?
10 gold, 10 silver is 1 gold piece.
Okay.
Alright, so you give her the coin. She says, and do you... I know you have a room, pointing to Darna. That's guaranteed on our deal, which, by the way, here, she gives you the 5 gold that you initially agreed with, so you can add 5 gold to your inventory, Darna.
Thank you very much.
And she gives you her room key. She says, it's going to be the door actually right across from your big Goliath friend over there. It's left hallway all the way down to the right, not the left. And then for you two, and she looks at both you, Soaring, you, Sanctus, and she says, do you two have a room?
No, are there any openings?
Well,
yes, I would like a room too.
Well, we only have 1 room left, but each room only has 1 bed. So if you wish to share, you're going to have to share 1 room, if that's okay with you two.
I'm
I
okay
don't
with
mind. I have a bedroll.
I can sleep on the floor. I've slept on worse things, so.
Rock,
Yeah,
paper,
when-
scissors.
I can give up my room even. I also have a bedroll.
No,
I
not at
look
all.
over.
Absolutely not.
I kind of look between the warlock and the lizard man and say, one of you can take my bed. I'll sleep on the floor.
We're all just sleeping on the floor.
Yeah, everybody just sleeps on the, just put the beds in one room and then we all sleep on the floor in the other one.
I mean, you
Yeah.
all can share 1 room, but I wouldn't recommend moving any beds. I don't think... That'll be weird. But if you wish to occupy a room, then it would be about 7 gold pieces per night. Otherwise, you could just bunker into one of either her room or his room, pointing at Darna and Momac.
Honestly, saving that much money is so worth it.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Can we also get some hot water?
She placed it down.
Oh, I didn't realize.
All right. She says, well, if you need anything else to drink, just let me know. And then I'll show you where your rooms are. Just let me know when you're ready.
Very well.
Drink up, you filthy bastards.
So make my wonderful tea. What's it taste like?
All right. You dip her herb tea bag in it, and then you each take a sip, and it tastes bad. It's like a combination of like thyme, some weird bad rosemary, along with like cilantro tasting. It's bad. It's very, very bad. But the more you drink out of it, the more you feel like, oh, dang, like your sickness is slowly starting to go away. So you two are no longer have the poison condition, but you do have a bad taste of herbs in your mouth.
Quite unique. He knows his stuff, but it's not pleasant.
Yeah, I think it made me more sick.
So real quick, I just take up my whole cup of ale and down it, and I look over to Sanctus and Sora, and I ask them, were either of your clothes torn in the fight, the zombies?
I got patted, but I was healed, so I should be fine.
And you?
They've seen, you look at his robes, and when you're a little bit closer now, you see that they are pretty, like, road worn, right? So the
Right.
purples are a little bit dirtier, they're a little bit more faded.
Alright, well, I'm gonna put my hand on his chest and cast mending.
All right. You
Over the
see,
course of 10 minutes.
he touches you for 10 minutes.
No, it's a wait, it's a one. Wait, isn't it 1 minute?
Hey, maybe they should
Mending
share
1
a
minute.
room.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was 10.
No, it's a 1 minute.
All right. You touch
Are we gonna do this in a bedroom too? Oh
his
my
big,
goodness.
his big.
We're not in the bedroom yet.
His big.
Whoa, whoa.
His big palm, basically like he's a Goliath, so he's a half giant. So like his big palm is like takes up like most of your chest, and you see him cast meta, and your road torn clothes start to look a lot newer in the span of 1 minute.
Thank you. I've greatly appreciated it. I've not had this treatment in a long time.
Mm-hmm. And then I just kind of stand up and say, "I'll be in my room if you need anything." And I go off to find the barkeep.
Alrighty,
Maybe go hit on her a little bit.
all right. She says, "I guess, yes, you want to go up?
Yeah. Where's my room at?
Sure, I'll show you."
Sweet cheeks.
And then she will lead you out to your room, and we'll go with that in a second. What do you three do?
I'm curious about these guys in the corner over here.
What, these guys?
Yeah, these guys.
3 schmuckleheads.
These guys are all like half drunk asleep.
Uh,
And you see 2 dwarves having a conversation with one another in Dwarven.
is there any way I could fuck with them?
How would you like to fuck with them exactly?
Let's see. I do have hideous laughter, and
Oh no. Continue. No, please.
I think that
continue.
might be funny. But would this cause problems? I think.
It could possibly cause problems, but what would you like your character to do?
I would like to cast hideous laughter
Oh
on
boy. Okay.
the dwarf
Sure.
closest to me.
Sure. Isn't it multi-target though? Does it say like more than one
I
creature?
suppose. Hang on, let's see here. No.
All right.
It says one creature, a creature of my choice.
Gotcha. Would you like to target the one with the long braided mustache, or this one who looks like he's like half tired?
The one with the long braided mustache.
Okay. He rolled a natural 1. So what do you say that would make him laugh like nonstop, basically?
I speak Dwarvish, don't I? I think I do.
You do understand Dwarvish, so you hear
I
like a
understand
conversation of like woodcuttery and what have you. You clearly sense that one of them is very, very bored.
So, I eavesdropped the conversation a little. I mentioned something in Dwarvish, and I snicker a little joke in there.
All right,
With
what's
those magic.
all right? You snuck a joke in.
I snuck a joke in. I mention how tired his friend looks and bored. Make fun of him a little.
All right. This dwarf seems to be hilariously laughing at the fact that not only that he get the joke, but that like a half elf would speak his language. He's just like uncontrollably laughing, and he's like giving body language of like, wait, why am I laughing so hard? But the other dude starts to laugh as well. The one not affected as well. He says, "That's a pretty good joke you did."
Introducing a new Joker.
All right. And what else would you like to do? As this guy will nonstop laugh for 4 minutes straight.
Oh, for 4 minutes. I think I'm going to steal his beer or ale, rather.
Sure. I will go ahead and make a sleight of hand check, and
All right.
I'll allow you to do it with advantage, which means you roll 2d20s and you take the highest of the 2.
All right. I got 15.
15. All right. So he's quite like too busy laughing, and you just take his ale. And then the other door goes, "Ha! That's even a better joke. You even took his ale. That's hilarious."
Good shit.
Alrighty.
Me and Telemus are like, what's with this Darthana lady? Like, we only learned her name through other people saying it.
Who?
I'm talking to Telemus. As that was happening.
Oh yeah, yes. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. And as she walks back, she's got a beer in her hand. I cast light on it, like as she's taking a drink out of it, and this bright, like magnificent light, like daylight, almost like right in her eyes.
You're drinking your ale that you stole, and all of a sudden a bright light occurs. You're like, "Oh damn!" Spilled a little bit on the ground, but there's a bright light in your cup now.
Oh shit. What am I supposed to do with this? What'd you do to my ale?
What do you mean? I don't know what you were talking about. And then, he waves his hand and it goes away.
Man. You guys are funny.
You're the one who made the joke.
All right. Now look back to the real story here. I want to hit on the bar. I want to hit on the bar lady.
Okay. Let's go back.
Was it successful?
You want to hit on the bar lady? Go. So,
Yes.
like, what do you say to her?
I say, how about you spend the night with me? I'm mainly trying to get a cheaper room price. After all, that's the main thing.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. With with disadvantage because you're talking sexual innuendos to her at the moment. She's kind of taken aback by it.
Persuasion
with disadvantage.
4. 4.
She says, "I will just show you to your room, and we will not discuss this conversation." She will say this as you two are going up, and then you three are still at the bottom of the stairs, talking to one another and what have you. And it's getting later and later in the night.
I think I'm gonna retire. That tea's not sitting too well in my stomach, and
Yep.
I start, walking my way over to the stairs, and I go over and put a silver on the bar for the barkeep, and I give another one to the barmaid.
He waves his cup in acknowledgement.
And I head up.
All right. And what about you two, the lizard folk and the elf?
Shall we go up?
I suppose.
All right.
Very well.
If you hear me screaming in the middle of the night, don't be scared.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the second floor. All right, so let me just do this so that the viewers can be immersed. All right, I'm gonna put your tokens one at a time because Momac came up first. And then let me just check this. Oh, whoa, what is all that? I picked
That's everything.
I picked the wrong token box.
What'd you do?
That's where the other game. All these people teleport now. All right, give me 1 second. It happens. Honest mistakes happen.
Who dat?
Oops. You might see those in the other games. Where is it? Here it is. She's up with you, and then she is having this conversation with you while she's going. She says, "It's the last door to the left, all the way down, right over there." She gestures to that room.
It's all right, thanks. And I grab like a silver coin and flick it at her, like flip it, up in there.
All right, she takes it and she'll place it in her bosom, and then she'll go down. All right.
Wasn't me.
If only it could have been me. All right. And I just kind of go to sleep.
Hold on, I'll reveal.
I'm under the box.
It's all good. I'll reveal it to you. I gotta get you out of there. So, you use the key and you use it to unlock your room, and this is what you see. You see
Oh no.
a single bed bunk. It's a little bit short, but you think you'll manage. And then you'll also see a big chest to put your stuff in.
I'm just gonna kind of. I'm gonna move the chest out a little bit so I can use it as a leg rest because I'm not gonna fit in that bed.
Sure, no problem.
And then go to sleep.
Alrighty.
Turn it.
So you close the door. Do you lock it?
I leave it unlocked in case one of the other two want to come up and sleep on the floor or whatever.
Sure. All right. The barmaid comes up with the rest of the party. So you three are back up. And she says, like I said, the ladies' room, and she says your room is all the way down to the right. And if you want to bunker down with your Goliath friend, he's just the room across the way.
Very well.
Yeah. Oh, I don't mind bunking with our Goliath friend here. He's already helped me once, so. And I walk into the room and I'm gonna toss a gold piece at Momac, and it's like, here's my share for the room, and give him a gold piece.
I catch it and say thanks and crack the chest open and slip it in there real quick.
There we go. I assume a position kind of slumped up in a corner, take my bedroll out and start getting myself cozy.
Alrighty. And then Darna, your room was gestured to this one right over here.
Wait. This one?
This one.
Oh, that one. I
Yeah,
see.
this is your room. And I'll reveal it to you in a second. So you open the door and you see this. You see a bed that will fit you perfectly, along with a chest to put your things in.
Awesome.
Alright, and then that leaves Sor. Where would you like to bunk?
Seeing that one room is very crowded and the other one has a lady in it, I'm gonna go down and buy my own room.
Alright, we'll skip to that part. So you'll drop 7 gold pieces. And then she says, the room... Oh, nope, I made her too small. Whoops. She says, your room is gonna be... She looks at the key and she says, oh wait, it's on the other side. My apologies. And then she says, your room is gonna be this room right over here.
No, okay.
Alrighty. And then she will leave you be. And then your room, you put your key in and you unlock it. Boom. It's a lot more smaller, a lot more cramped, but it'll probably do for you for the night.
Yeah,
Also comes with a chest to put your things in.
okay. I will lay down and maybe spend an hour up and eventually go to sleep.
Alrighty. You guys all take a long rest.
Okay.
There we go.
So, roughly how long is a long rest and a short rest?
Long rests are 8 hours, which is average sleeping time. And short rests are usually done in 1 hour. Ideally, you should use short rests, like while you're on the continuing on the path without stopping. Where a long rest is you stop for the night. You'll gain some abilities back based on your class. So some class abilities, like a warlock, would gain their spell slots back on a short rest. Whereas for most casting classes, we only get it back on a long rest, if that makes sense.
I get my, well, I don't have them yet, but my source for points on short rest, I believe.
Yep. Alright, it's the next day, and you guys are up and about. And it's the next day. Day 2 of this whole campaign across all 3 campaigns, so.
I kind of slipped by the warlock there.
You guys wake up feeling a little bit stronger than yesterday.
What's up, Rizlis Marmac?
Hey, how you doing, Elf?
And you see,
Yeah.
you see my Sancta sitting there in quiet contemplation, kind of like a meditation, for about 30 minutes before he eventually gets up and starts moving around. But, yeah, good morning, everybody. I hope you slept well.
Also, just I don't know if this needs to be said. I grab all my items out of the chest again.
Of course.
Uh, am I allowed to roll perception into these other rooms, or is
You
it
cannot.
magical
All
as well?
these rooms are locked and closed.
Okay. I'm gonna go downstairs, grab a table, and get some breakfast real quick.
Yeah.
I'm doing a
good.
little jig.
Alrighty.
All right.
Yeah.
Follow suit.
Alrighty. Back to the first floor. Let me edit some things real quick. So these dwarves are gone. The three guys are still there.
Damn, bro, they got to stay here for free.
They work here if we just don't know it.
So you guys see when you it is I will say like around 9 o'clock a.m. You see the barkeep, this gentleman over here. He says, "Oh, you guys are awake. You slept well."
Yeah.
Good room.
As good as ever.
Good. Hey, would you kindly wake those three up and tell them to pay me 1 gold piece apiece for staying drunkenly for the night, and make sure they pay double for breakfast? She says, "Of course, Simon." And then she'll go right over there, wake them up. She says, "Hey, you three drunks, wake up!" And these three young men are like, "Oh, what happened? You guys fell asleep. That's what happened. And you don't sleep here for free. So all you gotta cough up 1 gold piece." They all give 1 gold piece to her. She says, Now hand over another gold piece just for my inconvenience." And Simon says, You don't do that here." And she goes, "All right, fine. I was just joking." She says, "You need any of you three need to eat?" They're like, "Yeah, we're starving. We got a massive hangover." She's like, "All right, but because you fell asleep for free, your food will be doubled." They're like, "Oh, come on!" And then Simon gets up from his bar and says, "Look, if you wish to continue to be in my establishment, you will pay double for breakfast this time around. I don't appreciate vagabonds here." And then he goes back and he says, "Sorry about that." He goes over, opens the door to his bar. He says, "Can I get any of your for something to eat or drink?"
If they're being a little intimidated about him charging double, I ask him, "What's the cheapest thing you have on the
Especially since he
menu?"
looks like a calm old man.
Yeah, what's the cheapest thing you got?
Well, we got some sausages. I could give you 4 of them for 5 silver pieces.
Any bread? Do you have just like a loaf of bread?
I could give you. Do you want a full loaf or a piece?
Just a half a loaf.
Half a loaf. That'll run you about 2 silver.
All right. And a glass of water, I suppose.
Of course. And what about you three? As he looks to all 3 of you.
How much is that?
I'm just gonna sit down and eat some rations.
Okay. He goes,
Do you have coffee by chance?
I
Do you know what this is?
I do know what this is. It's over in God's Landing, but I do not have that precious drink here, unfortunately.
Oh no! All right. Well, what's the strongest thing you can give me right now?
Hold on, I'm writing a note about the coffee.
Only in God's
Whiskey!
It's the nectar of the gods, right?
Of course.
Yeah, sure.
You just
Whatever
make
makes
coffee
your boat
cannon. So he says, well, I do have some sugary drinks, if you'd be interested in that.
My body is a temple. Let's just go with some. Do y'all have milk? Milk? We got milk,
I
right?
could get you some milk. Goat's milk or cow's milk?
Cow's milk.
Cow's milk? All right, that'll run you about 8 copper.
All right. Here, I give him a silver.
He goes, much appreciated. And then he goes up to your store. And anything for you, lizard folk?
Maybe some soup. I don't know what type, and some bread for dipping.
Give me 1 gold piece, and I'll make sure you'll have one of the best soups to go along with that bread.
Very well.
All right.
And I'm a gold.
All right. He says, "I'll be right back." And then he goes around the corner, and will order a bunch of stuff. And then he'll come back. He says, "So, you 4 don't seem to be from these parts. Tell me, what's your guys' story?"
That's none of your business, mister.
All right, just try to start conversation is all. And he tries to rub his glass a bit.
I don't mind sharing a little bit if you're looking for a story, friend.
Sure. I like to hear it.
Yeah, I grew up in God's Landing, uh, to a family very, very devout to Micah. Uh, and
Yes, the God of Order.
yes, hence you see, and he holds up like the amulet on his wrist, and you see the amulet of Micah, and uh, he says, "My parents gave me this when I left, and I found out that they that were very devout in their favor to uh, Micah, and it has provided me with a lot of opportunities and things I did not have before I was, I guess, inducted into the service."
I see. You are a very religious man, then, I suppose.
One might say that.
As you are doing the story, you do notice, like, the wizard kid from last night, the little one, just going onto one of the tables and just reading his spell book. Meanwhile, this barmaid will attend to him. And he goes to you, Darna, says, "Well, I don't know. I know you don't want to talk." And then he goes to you, Sor, and says, "So what's your story, lizard folk? You seem to be far away from home."
Yep, I come from the west continent, from the Oakland Forest near Oak Cutter Ridge.
Dang.
Uh,
So what brings you here then? So quite a long day's travel from there, especially by boat.
it's because of my birth. I was born with powers, and the older I got, the faster they grew, and eventually was unsafe. So I came to one of the academies for knowledge, and I've been here for about 2 years now, just trying to be safe, not hurt people,
Yes, you'll
support
definitely
my family far away.
Yes, you'll definitely be able to, especially with Everett's school. They'll definitely help you out with your stuff. And then he goes over to you, Mac, and says, "So, big guy, where do you hail from?"
I look at him and I tell him I hail from nowhere.
Ah, so you're a drifter then.
Mostly for now, yeah. I had a home stolen from me.
Stolen from whom?
From me. My home was stolen from me. And I just kind of look down into my cup of water and most ignore him from now on.
He goes, "Oh, you hear like calls coming from around the corner. Says, oh, that must be your guys' food. I'll be right back." And then he goes over. As he goes around the corner to get your guys' food, you see this barmaid's done taking their order, and you see at the upper entrance, you see like those three kids again, showing up, and they say, "Oh look, we found him. He's right over here, boys." And then he says, "Oh look, he's trying to run away. You don't have a lot of friends. Looks like you're gonna have to deal with us." And then this kid says, "You know what? I just about had enough." And you see he's about to cast some magic. He says, just go away." And then he's putting both of his hands up like this, and then he casts a burning hand spell on all three of them.
I quickly get up.
And we'll end the session there.
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, we got another hour. Hey.
Man.
Listen, I'm reaching time, man.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, but I will happy to announce that out of all three groups, you are the first group to level up. So,
Hey.
Oh yeah. All right.
so you
and
guys all level up to level 2 because you actually completed your first quest in the same session. So you got a little bit ahead of in regards to everyone else. So until then, guys, we'll see you all in 2 weeks to continue the rest of these stories, and we'll see what happens next. So until then, take care.
Yeah, boy.
Wait,
Later.
2 weeks?
Woo-woo.